Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. So this is a sort of requested video in a way, but also is something that I need to do for you guys. So we're doing another method of glitter application. So you probably would have seen my burnishing and my sprinkling method, how to mix glitter with acrylic and hard gel and nail polish and all of that jazz. If you haven't, I'll leave them all down below so you can go ahead and watch them. But today's method is called the dabbing method. It's a method that's kind of becoming a bit more popular because some people are a bit hesitant to do sprinkling because they're worried about the gel not curing properly once the glitter's on top and things like that, but want a more 3D effect that the sprinkling gives, but they don't want to do it on uncured gel. So the dabbing method is basically kind of an in-between baby of burnishing and sprinkling. So it's applied onto cured gel, so you don't have to cure your gel again once the glitter's on, but we're not burnishing, we're not rubbing all of that glitter in and losing the kind of 3D effect that sprinkling gives. So I'm going to use 3 magpie glitters today, 3 different effects of glitter to kind of show you the difference. So we've got a metallic here which is called Margot, we've got an iridescent which is Lily, and then we've got one of the new VIP collection, so this is sort of a multi-sized holographic, and this is called Millie. So we're going to try the dabbing method with all 3 of these glitters today, just on some nail pops to see how they look. So for this method you're going to need 2 brushes, so I'm going to be using the Magpie applicator brush and the Magpie duster brush. So here's my nail pop with 2 coats of cured coloured gel. And I'm going to use Margot. So this is the metallic glitter. So I'm just going to pour some into the lid. So we're applying the glitter to the tacky layer as we would normally with sort of the burnishing method. So I'm going to get my applicator brush, pick up the glitter on the brush, and we're going to pat that glitter onto the tacky layer like that. So then now what we're going to do with our duster brush is we're just going to brush off the excess from around the cuticle, down the side walls and the free edge. So as you can see, we've got a very 3D effect. There is a lot of glitter on there, as there would be sort of with the sprinkling method. So that's where we're going to sort of leave that one. Then we're going to move on to the top coat, and this is a very important step because obviously we've got loads of loose glitter on there. You can have a separate top coat just for glitter if you don't want to get glitter in your normal top coat, but the main thing that we need to do is we need to do a really nice floaty top coat. So you need a lot more product on the brush than you would usually have, and we're literally just going to float the top coat over the entire nail, making sure obviously to cap all the edges. So there's a little bit of glitter on there, there's not a lot. You can just then wipe that off before you put it back into the bottle. So now we're going to cure that in our lamp. So now we are going to do another layer of top coat, and this is just your normal layer of top coat, so a bit thinner than you've just done, making sure obviously to cap all of the edges. And then now we're going to cure that in our lamp. Okay, so that's now all cured, so then we're just going to remove the inhibition layer with some gel cleanser and you're done. So obviously it's not created the foil effect that you get with the metallics if you're burnishing. So we've got more of sort of the 3D sparkle like you would with sprinkling, but you've not done it on uncured gel, so it will rest your head sort of thing of worrying about the gel not curing properly. So it creates a really lovely sparkly effect. So that's the metallic glitter. Let's move on Okay, so my nail pop again has got 2 cured colour coats on them, and we're going to be using Lily, which is the Iridescent. So just the same, pour some out into the lid. Get your applicator brush, dip into the glitter, then we're just going to pat that onto the tacky layer. Then with the duster brush, we're going to brush around the cuticle, side walls and the free edge. Then we're going to grab our top coat and do a nice floaty layer of top coat all over the nail. And then I'm going to cure that in my lamp. So then when that's all cured, we're then just going to do another layer of top coat that you would normally do. Again, making sure to cap all the free edges. And then we're going to cure that in our lamp. And then we're just going to remove the inhibition layer of the top coat with some gel cleanser. And then there you have it. There are some purple specks of glitter in here, I am aware of that. It's just from my top coat because I didn't wipe it like I said that you should do. But you can still see the effect of the glitter. So it has a different effect to burnishing. It looks, it's more of sort of a hybrid way of applying the glitter. So you get an in-between of sprinkling and burnishing. So that's the iridescent. So we'll move on to the larger holographic. So again, just like before, 2 coats of coloured gel. So, and we're going to be using Millie. So, and with this new VIP collection, these are the ones that I always dab, just because I find if you burnish them, most of the larger bits of glitter come off, and I don't generally sprinkle a lot anyway. I usually sprinkle things like Angel, just because it looks better sprinkled. But with this new VIP collection, I always dab. So it's exactly the same process again. Application brush, pat into the inhibition layer. Like that. Duster brush around the cuticle, side walls and free edge. So, and then we are going to top coat in our nice floaty action. Making sure to cap the free edge. Then we're going to cure that in our lamp. So then once that's cured, we're just going to do our normal layer of top coat over the top. And again, making sure to cap the free edges, and then we're going to cure that in the lamp. And then finally, just wiping off the inhibition layer of the top coat with some gel cleanser. And you're all done. So you can just see how utterly super sparkly this one is using the dabbed method. You can obviously burnish and sprinkle. I'm not saying that you have to dab, but it's just my preferred method for this specific glitter collection. So, and there you have 3 different types of glitter using the dabbing method. Like I said, I will leave links down below for how to burnish and sprinkle, and also how to use these glitters with different nail mediums. They can be used with anything to do with nails, nail polish, acrylic, hard gel, gel polish, in any way. This is just obviously a different way of doing things, and if you're sort of new to glitters as well, it's quite nice to try out. I know that some of my friends are always dabbing, that is their preferred method rather than burnishing or sprinkling. I just like to mix it up, to be honest. I go with whatever I'm feeling, how creative I am at the time, and what I think will look best on that client. So I hope that you like this video, guys. Please like and subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.